Hey, welcome back, Rankers. Look, thanks for the comments on last week's show. But for those of you who don't know, that song is a classic. That song, and that version of that song by Stan Getz and Gilberto is absolute classic. Girl from Ipanema. Anyway, just saying. But thank you for everybody who's responded so far. Now, in case you're wondering, what the hell is he talking about? Well, what I'm talking about, of course, is our free webinar on the 30th of October. Now, it's going to be on 11 a.m. We've got people coming in from the US to watch it. We've got people all over the place. But that's 11 a.m. Australian summertime, Eastern summertime. So check that out in worldtime.com or whatever it is. Anyway, it's Greenwich Mean Time plus 11 hours. All right. And I said we only had 50, but turns out we can host up to, 250, which is pretty cool. And we've already got 74 that have registered. So make sure you register for that. Limited seats available, all that sort of stuff. And we're just going to be talking about how to get a page ranked. Any page. I don't care what it is. This is going to take you through it step by step. You're going to love it. Haven't done one of these live ones since about 2002. Anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about today was this big, massive story. This is huge. Many of you may know or have heard of the company called Top SEOs. You may have seen an image like this on an SEO company site. A lot of SEOs used to use this as a badge of, honour, or, hey, look, we won an award, Best in Search, Top SEOs. Now, there was a time, I must admit, back in 2005, something like that, when these guys started out, and they sent me something, they said, yeah, you've won Best in Search, and I forget what it was for. And I thought, I don't know how I've won that, but that's really nice, thanks very much. And we had it on our site, just hanging around on the site for probably, 4 years. And I think we won it for Best Video SEO or something like that. And I thought, I've got no idea how you've worked that out, but okay, thanks. When you read their emails, and I'm coming to the point of the story in a second, but when you read the emails that you get sent, and it talks about this evaluation criteria, and this is one that was sent to me on the 5th of September this year, it says that an in-depth assessment looks at how the firm works, is able to achieve its objectives, and we get feedback from at least three clients to confirm and verify and vouch for services performed. Well, I can tell you right now, that's never happened with any of my clients. Like, this company has never contacted any of my clients. And I know there's a lot of people out there that look at who's got one of these top SEO badges or whatever on their site, and they go, well, if they're one of the top SEOs, that's who I'm going for, because they've got one of these badges. And look what it says here, what they do, they assess everything. Well, one of the awards that we got over the years was for Best Backlinking. Now, if you're a follower of this show for anything longer than 2 months, you know that we don't do backlinking. So how on earth did we get Best Backlinking SEO? And it was at that point that I took the badge off the site. This is nonsense. I don't know what they're doing or why they think this is a good thing. Anyway, what happened last Friday is that this company, Top SEOs, has basically disappeared from Google. Now, for their part, they're saying, we have not been banned by Google. But if you read this story on over at searchengineland.com, they may not have been banned by Google, but they certainly ain't in Google anymore. And to give you an idea, I'll take this a step back to what I've been doing here in preparation for the show. So what I've said is, like, show me all the images for top SEOs, and we can see them all here. And I can say, just show me the ones that are at, say, .com. And you can see all these SEO companies use this as a badge of honor, right? And look at all these companies. We've got Top SEOs. But the story, if you go and have a look at Top SEOs now, if you search for Top SEOs in Google, you will see, well, there's a few advertisers there advertising around top SEOs, but their domain, top SEOs, isn't there at all. And that's what this story here is saying. And apparently it happened during a conference that they packed up and went home because they disappeared from Google during the conference, and someone pointed out to them, and I shouldn't laugh, but it's one of those ones that I come across and people talk to me about, and you go, well, you know what, I don't know how they make these awards, but now they have actually been de-indexed, and there's some stories here, and I don't know whether this is true, because I have never been approached for this, and I don't believe anybody's ever asked me for money, but there's a number of stories here connected to this particular story that says that, if you wanted to win one of these awards, if you wanted to, win some of these top SEO awards, it was a pay-to-play thing. So basically, according to some of these stories anyway, they were charging for the right to be listed as a top SEO and to have that badge of honour, which of course is against Google's terms of service. So for me, the question is, if they were actually doing this, why is it taking Google so long? And not only have they disappeared, their topseos.com has disappeared, but so has topseos.com.au disappeared. So if we do a search for the site, there's nothing there on topseos.com.au. Now, I don't know how many people are working at this company. I don't know how many people have been affected by this, but it just goes to show that, this is changed again now. I haven't been here. Oh, here we go. Go to Australia. But, oh, wow. Oh, this is still here. So, Australia Top SEOs, this is a new site. And this is the sort of the crux of this story. What this story is saying is that they've been moving the domain name around to try to get re-indexed. So, topseosglobal.com, and this is topseosreview.com. So what the story is saying is that as topseos.com basically got banned, they've moved the domain to or changed the domain, kept the content. So you can see here this is the strategy at the moment, is that they've looks like they've moved to top SEOs-reviews, and then they've got a bunch of subdomains like UK, Australia, India, and those sorts of things. But basically the moral of the story here is that if you're going to sell backlinks, or if you're going to go out and buy backlinks, essentially, you could be in trouble. So I guess the real story here, the knock-on effect of this is, are there SEO companies who were paying to play and were getting some joy from getting a backlink from top SEOs? Are they getting it anymore? I'm not going to go and dig in and see that, because I really don't want to go and see the carnage. But this is a big story, because this is a brand that has been around in the industry for, I would have thought, at least 10 years. And I've certainly had people come to me in Australia and say, hey, you're not listed on top SEOs, which is quite weird. Well, actually, it's not when you look at that. So anyway, that's it for this week's show. Don't forget to book for the webinar. If you don't know where that is, just email me, jim@stuartmedia.com.au, and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.